Hi, my name is Sheila Corona, and just going to jump right back in here to Handbook for the New Paradigm, Volume 1. For those of you that are following along, we are on Dear Messengers. The page is 141. Dear Messengers, now that the handbook is complete, it is time that we turned the intention of this flow of information toward the next phase to follow. As the momentum begins to grow, not so much at the actual manifestation level as within the intentions to participate. The idea dawns that a crisis point exists, our pebble in the pond of the mass consciousness that no doubt seems ever so tiny to you is indeed powerful. The shift in perception is the most important beginning point possible. This bypasses the negative emotions of anger and the desire to retaliate. Your Bible states, "Vengeance is mine, saith the Lord." This is a total untruth, but does contain the advice to leave the law of attraction to its natural action. Your misunderstood karmic law, as quoted when there is the desire for someone to get their, quote, just due, is indeed a distorted reference to the law of attraction. When quoting it in judgment applies in that instance also. Thou shalt not judge, lest you be judged. The law of allowance would be wisely used instead as in I am a human becoming, help me to become. Or, quote, they are humans becoming, help them to become. Or, he, she is a human becoming, help him, her to become. Indeed, this prayer for others is sharing the gift of grace and is allowance indeed. This introduces the next level in the shift in human consciousness beyond self to include others through allowance, thereby transcending the need to control. It is important when working within the focus intended to be inclusive of the mass consciousness of the entire planet to forego the desire to quote rules and regulations. These do not sell well, especially with the diversity of surroundings. Within the consciousness of 7+ billion beings, back to the basic of basics in simplistic language that is easily translatable with as little distortion as possible is most logical. KISS is indeed the rule. And if you don't know what that is, it's keep it simple, stupid. Every supervisor that ever had any kind of training, I at least any place I ever went, that was always something we were told, right? Acronyms are interesting shortcuts to recognition. Perhaps we could invent AIAB for attraction, intention, allowance, and balance, or FSTF for the first, second, third, and fourth, in order to cross language, cultural, and religious barriers. Simplistic applications must teach the basic laws without formalities. They must be practically applicable in all life situations and bring forth the desired shift in perspective that translates into changes of attitude and consciousness. It is possible to do this with a few simple words that include AI, AB. This seems paradoxical in a world of overwhelming numbers of communications literally moving faster than the speed of light. Of course, overwhelming is the key. The paradox includes the haves who long for greater simplicity and the have-nots who long for greater complexity. The inner void remains at all points on the scale of human experience on this planet, except for those who are now aware of the creation of the new paradigm. It is the first instinct when encountering these messages for individuals to want to rush the mission before study and contemplation bring forth the necessary fundamental basic changes in consciousness that allow for synchronistic encounters with people and information to bring into their awareness what their part is. I'm still not even really, I think I know, and I'm moving towards that which brings me joy, right? But I feel this so much because, as I said, had some things I thought were going to happen in 2017 actually kicked off and happened, I wouldn't have been ready for it on a conscious level anyway. So I see the wisdom in what's being brought forth here. Back to the book. So I'm going to read that again. It is the first instinct when encountering these messages for individuals to want to rush to the mission before study and contemplation bring forth the necessary fundamental basic changes in consciousness that allow for synchronistic encounters with people and information to bring into their awareness what their part is. For multitudes, the change in perspective and attitude through the use of the simple prayer is all that is required. These will reap the miracles of a richer life experience in the midst of chaos. Through their focus on the intent within the wave of new consciousness, spreading the message or word, and applying the basics in their daily lives is the most important mission of all. And this is now underlined. If applying these is not done at the fundamental levels of human experience, then all the messages are to no avail whatever. These are the ripples. What good are pebbles if the pond remains static? The victim consciousness must be transcended so that humanity can take back its power. When you share the gift of this information, you must be able to supply feedback to those who receive these messages and reply in a reactive mode. The pent-up desire for change is released, and direction needs to be given to those who rush at you for guidance. Personal responsibility is another way of saying, quote, take your power and use it with intentional focus to bring balance. The balanced state of experience is necessary to be a functioning part of the ground team. Rereading, studying, contemplating, and applying what is within the messages through personal experience will prove the validity of the information. It's already done that for me because I've been doing that already, see. And bring forth balance within chaos. The ground team has space for those who are awake, aware, committed, focused, and balanced. This brings forth the ability to act rather than react. If it is not yet time for individuals to act, then encourage them to continue to study, share the message, and be within the rippling effect while they wait patiently. And this now too is underlined. This is the space you must occupy to be functional and ready. It is putting oil in your lamp so that it may be lit in the moment of opportunity. So become this consciousness. Wow, that's the end of volume 1. I will be starting in volume 2 right away, probably tomorrow. And it is called Embracing the Rainbow. I'm hoping to have a conversation about what has been transpiring for me over the past few weeks while I've been recording these. I haven't been present a lot except for these recordings due to some of the experiences that I've been having. Wait to hear some of them. The fact that they're echoed right here is very interesting to me. So until we meet again, I hope that you will continue to follow all of that which brings you joy in each moment that presents itself to you. And I love that about pulling oneself out on the rock. That's what I always say about slowing oneself down for a moment, because maybe you've missed a perspective to see it from. Till next time, my friends, be well and be in joy.